but I'm trying to post an asset which is on in the previous year. Here, ABZON, acquisition, others, company code V700. So this is what the asset I was trying to post. Post capitalization. $20,000. So when I was trying to simulate this, if you people remember, we got an error with regard to the contra, right? Ravi? Yeah. Hello, Amrita?
Yes.
Right? Contra account. And yesterday we have spoken on what's a contra account also. Is everyone there? Nobody is answering.
Yes, yes.
Okay. So this contra account, let me create one account, GL account. So building plant machinery, I'll create one. Contra account. I'll keep it the name as a contra only. I'll save it. These account need to be updated in the, what's the transaction code for the link between FI and asset accounting? Hello, integration point. AO90.
AO90.
Right. So I'm going to VBS, which stands for buildings. Here. Set. City. Contra account. I save it. Enter. I simulate this. I need to do it again. Okay, so asset is getting updated. I'll save it. So asset transaction posted with document so and so. Now let's verify this. Ravi, you there?
Yes.
So yesterday we have seen this master data. In the depreciation, the expired useful life is 5. Gone. Right. Now I go to into and the date. The depreciation is from 01/01/2009. Okay. Okay, start date when we started our depreciation. Back. Asset values. Okay, let us look at the posted values. Correct depreciation 12,000, right? Hello, SLM, right?
Mm-hmm.
Posted values, all 1,000, parameters, expired useful life is 5, remaining is 5. So if you put a comparison only 5 years, see, remaining 5 years. Hello,
Mm-hmm.
right? So 5 years is already gone. So remaining 5 years need to be calculated. That is 2014 till whatever next 2018. Hello. Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is about the you're trying to post the cap asset, previous year's asset in the current year. Oleg.
Yes, so are you saying we cannot account for the years which is past? We cannot start from 60,000 or 12,000 minus 5 years?
No, but for the audit purpose you need to know, you have to keep, right? These were the assets that I am trying to capitalize in the current year. So the remaining 5 years were captured in the earlier books. Okay, the remaining 5 years I am capturing now.
Yeah, but you purchased it for 120 in 2009, and you start subtracting from 120 in 2014. Shouldn't you account for asset depreciation for the 5 previous years?
No, that is already done in the previous books. So you don't do it over here. Previous. I mean some legacy system, some old system you already done. So there is no need to record that.
Right, but you're saying if you do comparison, right? If you do comparison, it says 120 minus 12 is 108. For the previous 5 years, you should subtract 60, so it should be 160 minus 12. It should be like 48 only left, or whatever it is. Why do we start from 120? It was original price, not the one which is 5 years later.
But I'm doing it only for the remaining 12 years over here. Remaining 5 years. You're talking.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
The original,
You're telling I should do for the acquisition for the 60,000 you're saying?
Yeah, well,
Half
why
of
do we
that.
start from a brand new price? Why don't we do the asset appreciation for the previous 5 years?
We always do. We always do on the, we always keep the acquisition value as it is. The
Because we are using SLM, na?
SLM method, correct.
We are using useful life method. We are not using SLM.
SLM, straight line, it's same. Useful life and SLM is almost same.
It's one and the same thing.
But useful life will be divided based on the years, right? It is based on
Right. But ultimately it is the same, man, Ravi. If you try to look into it, it divides the same and give it to you same. Even if you say take this, 120 divided by 10 years, it will give you this 12,000 only.
Right.
Okay, either way you give 10%. Oleg, did you get that? We are following a method. You are saying on the acquisition value it should reduce and do it for the remaining 60,000, right?
Yeah, but at the end, like in 2018, your price is book value is 60, but in reality it is 0.
This price you're saying.
Yes.
Right. So what we do is at the time of the selling, that contra entry we posted, right? It will nullify the remaining. Hello? I'll show you. Don't worry about that.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. That part. Okay, next.
Can you say once again what is that contra entry once mean?
Contra is nothing but, you know, in order to what will happen in case of a contra entry, if a transaction requires entry on both the sides, okay, and the debit and the credit side simultaneously, it is called as a contra entry.
Oh.
Okay, both the sides. So I give one example like we received the check but we have not deposited.
Right.
Okay, but anyway when we receive we need to enter an entry, no? Right.
Right.
So when we are receiving a check, we said check received. From whom do we receive? From the customer.
From the customer. Yeah.
Okay. So this check received is nothing but we call it as a cash.
Yeah, you said yesterday. Yes. Now I remember.
Okay.
Yes.
The same thing. So ultimately once we send it to the bank is receiving. Okay. So ultimately again I get a contra entry for this, that is to cash.
Yeah.
Okay. Now we deposit it in the bank. So ultimately this gets cancelled and ultimately it is the same. Bank to customer, right? This entry we very often we were entering this entry.
Right.
Incoming payment.
Right.
This gets cancelled. Okay, next, that useful life, let us finish that. People are getting confused with the useful life. Now I'm testing a scenario with respect to useful life. /n AS01, I'm creating another asset. Okay, BBS, enter. So this is based on useful life of asset. Okay, so I'm giving 0101. Okay, I'll give at the time of the posting anyway. V701. So this should change, right? Now based on useful life, right?
Yeah.
USL, right? We created. Now I'm changing, see, I'm saying 20 years, 20 years. Okay, save. Let me purchase this. $20. $70. Fourth one. The transaction type we need to enter. External acquisition. 120. Just purchasing. I save it. Document 3019 was posted in company code V700. Okay. Now what should be the depreciation? 10 years means
120 means 10 years.
20 years, right?
6,000. Yeah. 6,000.
6,000.
6,000. Let us see. Correct?
Okay.
6,000.
Okay.
Okay, we are not yet posting the depreciation to those particular months, so it is just in yellow color. So once I post, it will turn in green. So I'm not posting yet. Okay, see, comparison 20 years. Parameter useful life 20 years. Okay. Okay. This is based on useful life. Going for another scenario. In this scenario, I just explain you over here. See, there is a manufacturing equipment. Okay. This equipment is an asset, right?
Yes.
Hello?
Yes.
Example, I'm just giving you the concept over here. It's an asset. This asset, I'll rent it out to the customer. Okay. Onward on a rental basis. So whenever the customer uses this asset, or let's say whenever I give it on rental, whenever there is on rental, I'll calculate depreciation. So no rental means no depreciation. Hello?
Okay.
Okay.
Getting this?
Yes.
Okay. Why there is no depreciation? No rental means no revenue, right?
Yes.
Right.
No revenue, no depreciation. When there is a rental, there is a revenue, right?
Okay.
Okay. So I want to calculate depreciation for this. So this is my concept. So this is called as shutdown. Asset shutdown. Okay. Dara, getting this?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. So for this, one small setting that we need to do over here is the depreciation key SLM can you see here shutdown. Hello.
Yeah.
So what is this SLM method, right? Depreciation key. To my depreciation key, I'll activate this. Say yes. Okay, I'll save it. This is shutdown. Okay. Now let me create one asset. AS01. Enter. This asset I'm using it for shutdown. Okay, shutting down of an asset. Same, just save it. Okay, now see again I'll go to this master data in the change mode. See, shutdown button should come, it is not coming. Where do we control the fields? Dara? This fields.
F-90.
No man, screen layout, I told you right yesterday? Yesterday I think.
Yeah.
F-90 is it?
No, F-90 is for purchasing the asset.
Define
Master
screen layout.
data, screen layout, yeah, here.
Can you make visible the transaction?
Yeah, that is, I don't know whether it is there or not. VBS, right?
Yeah.
VBS. So it is time dependent. Look for a shutdown, see here.
Mm-hmm.
So this is separate, I'll make it as optional. Okay. This is basically, we use this for copying to the main asset and the sub asset which I have not yet shown you. I'll show you this one. Okay, copy functionality, I'll save it. I'll go back, AS02 to that asset. Now on the time dependent tab, I get asset shutdown.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay.
Okay. You select this, click on more intervals. Okay. Now you add an interval over here if you want to. Whatever interval you want to add over here. Okay. Or choose an interval over here. So now let us say I want to change this asset, whatever you're saying, like, you know, from so and so date to so and so date, whatever date I want to change. Okay. Add interval. So let's say 0104/2014. Okay. So add another interval which I say 0107/2014. Okay. What is this shutdown, right? See? Right? Okay. So don't consider this. Okay. If you check this, then this asset will be, one second, whether it will allow delete, no it will not. Okay, so my asset is deactivated from which date? From this date, right? I want to deactivate from here. So there should not be any depreciation calculation from this 4th month till 7th month.
Okay. Okay.
So you will not select like this, shutdown from this to this, no. You just select from where the shutdown should start, that's it, and leave it.
Okay. So automatically it will open in the next one.
Yes, so automatically it will take till whatever the next range you give.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Okay, this range. Hello, Amrita, Dhara.
Yes.
Okay, so there is no depreciation for this from 4th month, 5th month, 6th month, 3 months. From the 7th month I will have. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, let me purchase this asset now. Ravi, getting this?
Yes. Yes.
Save it. Look at that. So master data, I'll no more looking into it directly. I'm going into the asset values. So 9,000 it is saying, correct or wrong? Depreciation. Hello?
For three months shutdown.
3 months.
Shut down, correct. So 120,000, 10%, which will be 12,000 per year.
Yeah.
Okay. So per year it will be 12,000 divided by 12. So that is 1,000.
Yes.
So 3 months is shut down. Right?
Yeah. Yeah.
3 months. So for 3 months,
-3.
yeah, into 3.
Yeah. So out of
3,000.
yes.
So your actual depreciation for that year is 9,000. So if you go to the posted value, see, it has calculated for the first three, see again it has not. Shutdown period this is.
Okay, 3 months shut on 0.
Clear? You cannot say skipping like this, you cannot have. Okay, you should have in a continuous basis. You cannot say like, you know, because you do it in the, whenever the months will come, right? Like future you cannot do, like 4 to 7, 6 I'll have a shutdown. Then again 9 to 10 I'll have a shutdown. No, you cannot do that way. Ali.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so, huh?
Two consecutive shutdowns you cannot have.
Yeah, because whenever you are proceeding, I am trying to show over here, like, yeah, we are in, even though we are not in 5th month, I am showing the 4th one. That is not
Okay.
done, right? That's wrong, right? Whenever you are not doing it at that particular time, you will select that particular month, right?
Okay.
Clear, Amruta, Dhara?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
It will get tougher and tougher, man. Pay attention. Okay, now this next scenario. I want to calculate depreciation percentage. Okay, different depreciation percentage for different year. Can I? Clear? Is the concept clear? Hello?
Yes.
First 2 years, let's say 12%.
Okay.
Next 4 years, 10%. So how many gone? 6, right?
Mm-hmm.
After 6 years remaining, whatever that years may be, it's 15%. Clear? Hello?
Yes.
Okay. So first we need to create what for this? What do we need to create? A separate depreciation key, right? Hello? We need to create, like how we have created for SLM WTV, I need to create one depreciation key for this.
Yes.
Hmm?
Yes.
Okay, let's go ahead and create now. I think it's already open, right? IMG. Define multi-level methods. New entries. DFF, I'm calling this like that. Depreciation key for different depreciation percentage. Depreciation start day. New entry is here. So what did we say in the acquisition year? 999, right? Hello. So first 2 years, base value on an acquisition value 12%, right? I can for any acquisition for the next 4 years, base value we set 10%. Of any year going forward, let it be after 5 years, any number of years, it should be 15%, right? Hello, getting this? I'll save it. Bye. Now based on that I need to create a depreciation key. New entries, DFF, depreciation key for calculation of depreciation, different depreciation percentages. Maximum method, assignment of values, new entries, ordinary, from start of depreciation, base value, period control. Now this will change, right? This multi-level method. SLM we have seen, WDV we have seen, useful life we have seen. Now I am showing you DFF, different percentages. Save it. What did we do? Ah, that took on a useful life, sorry. 12. Okay. Back, select, activate. Okay. Now my asset value is 120,000. Okay. So how this will calculate depreciation? Let us see now. F-90 6 asset number 6. No, we have not created asset, huh?
You didn't create.
A01. Now this is asset where I want to calculate depreciation percentage.
Different year.
Yeah, different depreciation percentage for different years. So this should change, right?
Right.
DFF. Save it. $30, $120, $70, $6, save it. Now let us verify this. I'll directly go to the asset values. So it has calculated 14,400, man. Correct, 12%?
Yes. Yeah.
Huh? So first 2 years it had calculated this way. Then 15% it has calculated from here, see? Right?
Right.
Hello?
Yes.
So next 10%. So this is first year, second year, third year, fourth year, gone. What? Amrita? Ali?
So there is no 4 year. It's not.
I understood this. This is correct, first year? First year correct, everyone?
Yeah.
Second year correct?
Yes.
Third year wrong, huh? Correct.
10% okay, but calculating for 2 years.
Calculating for 2 years, you're seeing this way. What did I say? Next 4 years. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay. Yeah. Got it.
Okay.
Yes.
This is 15, 15. 18, 18, correct, right?
Yeah, correct.
Okay. Alright. Hey, Ravi, clear? This one?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oleg?
So it's not next 4 years. It's basically 4 years from the beginning, right? If you go.
Always it takes from the 4 years from there. So whatever you're taking, that is the 4 years from there. Okay. Next scenario. So you people are thinking when the scenario will get over, huh?
No.
Okay, let me first show you scenario. Okay, you know what scrap, right?
Yeah.
Scrap.
Yeah, okay.
Expensive.
Scrap is a wastage. Hello.
Wastage.
Okay. Now, the value of an asset, let's say, is 120,000. In this, the scrap is 5%. Okay. So what's the value of an asset now?
11,400.
It's 11400.
140.
114. Okay.
5%, 6,000. So this minus this. Oh, okay, 114 I'll put directly. Okay. Hello.
Yeah.
So now I need to calculate depreciation on this or this.
On 114.
Exactly. So that is the true value of my asset, right? So here, this kind of a scenario we called over here as a cutoff value key. Okay, using a cutoff value key. Okay. Hello.
Okay.
So let us run this. So first I need to create a cutoff value key on this. I don't know where this will be found. Where do I see this? Cutoff value key. Depreciation, valuation method, base method, period control, no. Oh yeah, define cutoff value key. Yeah. New entries. Just mention that name, whatever you want. V7C, something like that, or V70. Okay. So the start of a calculation depreciation percentage we maintain always from ordinary depreciation start date, right?
Yeah.
And we need to scrub the value, deduct from the base value, right? Whatever that main value is.
Yes.
Okay. Select the levels. New entries. So this is valid till what date? Okay, whatever. I'll say 9999, whatever it is. 2 years. How many years? 9999. So validity in years also, this particular I'm keeping 999. Okay. Till months valid, you can maintain it. I'm not maintaining anything. So like 5 months, 6 months, 7 months, right? We maintain, I'm not maintaining. So how much we said? 5%, right?
Yes.
Save it. So this cutoff value key, we maintain it in the depreciation key. Position, SLM, 1 1 4 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 here to this SLM method. V70. In the assignment, I want to remove the shutdown. Okay. So now I am purchasing another asset. So before that I need to create one more master data. So I'll say here asset with a
Cutoff.
cutoff value. SLM, right? See SLM. We'll save it. Now I'll go to F-90.
Zero seven.
120, 70. This is 7. 100. 120. Save it. Now look at the asset. Okay. Now I look at the asset values over here. Correct or wrong? 11,400.
Yeah.
Huh? Because the value has reduced to 114,000, right? That's what we said, right? On this 10% is how much? 11,400.
Yes.
Huh?
Yeah. Yes. Yes.
Correct? Correct? So 5% is gone. Scrap. Clear?
All other methods also, can we do this cutoff method value?
For all the methods I did not get. You mean to say for all the assets you're saying?
No, for all the methods like SLM method and other.
Yeah. Anything. That is what I'm trying to show you. Whatever I'm making a changes, I'm trying to make you understand each field in the depreciation key.
Okay.
Right. Shutdown, we gave it in the same depreciation key. Cutoff value, I gave it in the same depreciation key, right?
Right.
Clear?
Yes.
I'm just showing you a different scenarios, man. That's it. Nothing else. Ali, clear? Dhara, Amruta, Sri, you there? There? Yeah. You there? Okay.
Yes, Kabir.
Yeah. You're getting this, right? Declining. Okay.
Yes.
Now, one more method. What is this method, man? Declining balance method. Okay. This is nothing but where I want to calculate depreciation based on the multiple factors, multiplication factors. Okay. Now, what is the useful life percentage we have? What do I get from the useful life percentage? Divided by number of years, right? If I say the value of an asset is 120,000 for 10 years, what I do? So this divided by 10, right?
Right.
Correct. So what is the percentage I'm getting out of this?
10%.
10%. So this 10% I want to get into a multiplication factor. Okay. Okay. The depreciation should calculate. Suppose I said 2 over here. So 10% into 2. So it is nothing but 20%, right? Based on the multiplication factor. is 2 over here I'm using. Okay. Clear, not clear? So the depreciation instead of 10%, it will calculate on 20%. Okay. So this kind of a method we call as a declining balance method.
Why we are doing this?
Requirements, it comes like this. Okay. Based on the useful life, use a multiplication factor where you can add up another 5%, 2%, 10%. You want to add it on that.
On the
Based
top.
on this. Yeah. On the top of this.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Okay. All these scenarios, whatever I'm showing you, it is based on the requirement you will give this, whatever this. Okay. So let's do this heading. Clear? Concept clear? And this can be used only for this declining balance method is used only for useful life method. Okay, you cannot use for SLM and WDV. Ravi, you were asking, no?
Yeah.
This method you cannot use for any other methods. So before doing that, I need to define a declining balance method. Somewhere I've seen it. Here, define declining balance method here. I'll say new entries. So V70 declining balance method V700 here. What is the factor we said?
2%.
2,
2%.
right?
2.
Now this is like a maximum percentage. So when I am multiplying this, what is the maximum here?
20.
20.
20. If I give here 15, even though I multiply this, it will not take. Okay.
Okay.
Clear? So I have to give 20 as a maximum. Minimum, whatever I give, it's okay. 15. Percentage limit, upper limit and the lower limit, you say, right?
Mm-hmm.
Something like that. Okay. Whatever is a maximum, it will you. Huh?
When can it take as a minimum percentage? Oh, in different, yeah. But
Yeah, whatever it is. If a next scenario where I'll take, if it will not go below that. Like maybe I use it like 10% or something like that.
yeah.
Okay. Something like that. Okay. Save it. The same I'll assign it in the depreciation key. Depreciation key of which useful life.
Useful life. Yeah.
So here it should calculate 20%. Let us see. AS01, next asset based on declining balance method where it should calculate 20% for me. So this should change, right?
Mm-hmm.
It should be. We kept it for useful life.
Useful life.
Make sure when depreciation is not calculating as per your requirement, please verify the depreciation key what you have assigned to the master data. Save it. A02. Now we'll verify directly the values because you have seen all those. Correct? 24,000 or wrong?
Yeah,
Correct.
24,000.
Correct?
Yeah.
So this is how it will calculate.
Okay.
Multiplication of that. Okay. Oleg,
Yes.
getting this?
Yes.
Okay. Go for the next scenario. Okay. For example, if you have gone for a insurance of your cars, did you ever notice that on a different parts he'll calculate and give you, right? Like for example, your tires worn out at a very rapid pace, so depreciation will be much more higher rate given to that compared to your body, compared to your inner part, right?
Yeah. Compared to plastics and other things.
Yeah, plastic and all that, right?
Yes.
Right, Oleg? I don't know anyone. Ravi? You just pay the amount, you take the insurance, or ever notice all this?
Yes, you will deduct a lot.
So in that case, suppose a single asset is there. Okay. Now we were putting one asset, right? Depreciation. But in a single asset, if you have to give a different percentage, how do you give? So for example, let's say my main asset is car, right?
Right.
So the sub asset will become, right? That's a sub asset, right, for me now? Sub asset will be my tires, right? Or the sub asset will become my body, car body, right?
Yeah.
Hello? Like this. So this is called as a sub asset. So I'll create one main asset and try to show you how to create a sub asset. Okay?
Okay.
So always, if you remember, we were giving what our asset name was coming like this, right? 1 second. I was giving like this, right? F-90. The number was coming somewhat like this, right? 7 of 0, 6 of 0, 5 of 0, 4 of 0, right? Like this? Or was this? AS01 building. I'll write here as a main asset, okay?
Okay.
BLD. Okay, save it. So what is the number here?
9.
Hello?
90 is
90, 9 of 0. Okay, now I'll create a sub asset for this. AS11, make it a note of this transaction. What here asset is 9, right? Main asset? 9 of 1C, enter. So this is my what asset? Let's say this is my sub asset, right? Hello?
Yes.
Sub asset. Let's say warehouse 1. I'll save it, see here. No. What it says here?
9.
9 is great.
9 of 1, right?
Yeah.
See here. Now again I go. 9 of 2 now. Right, see here. Even if you don't give, I think it should take this only. If I give enter, see, 9 of 2 automatically taking. Right? Getting my point? See, I gave 9 of 1 only, right? In this area, it is automatically changing. 2. This is my sub asset, warehouse building 2. Getting this? 9 of 2. So under this main asset, how many sub assets do I have? 2. So for this 2 I can give, right? For all these assets I can give a different depreciation, whatever I feel like, right? Under this.
Okay.
Clear? Sub assets. Hello?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Now what I want is, we were calculating depreciation like based on the period control method. In the first 6 months, if I purchase, it was calculating, right? In the next 6 months, whatever I was purchasing, it was calculating for the half year, right? Ravi.
Yes.
Now I'll purchase in February, it should calculate from the month of February. If I purchase from the month of April. Okay, from whichever month I purchase, from there it should calculate. Okay. Hello. Asset accounting is boring or what? Asset depreciation to be calculated on the pro rata basis. If you do not practice, it will look like this. Okay. So whenever I'm purchasing the asset, from that day it should calculate the depreciation. Ravi, clear?
Yeah.
Not clear. So I am trying to, here. So what we need to create, Ravi? Our depreciations are controlled at period control. Remember we created, right? Maintain period controls. Here only we said, right? First 6 months, right? Full year.
Full year.
So again we need to create another period control. So I'm just taking a new entry. So let's say I'll create a period control 1. So this will calculate depreciation on a pro rata basis.
Got it.
Okay. So here I'm taking a default period controls that are available in SAP over here. So I'll say here, see pro rata we said, right? Whenever I acquire the asset, from there it should start calculating depreciation. First come, first serve basis, pro rata means. Okay?
Okay.
Pro rata. So adding an asset, when I'm adding an asset, so what it should do? Whenever I'm adding, wherever I'm adding, it should go from the start of the year. Retirement of an asset. So in case of a retirement of an asset, end of the year.
08.
08. Transfer of an asset, same 08 only. I'll save it.
And then if
So
we
I'll-
buy at the middle of the year, why it is showing as at the second tab as 01, that is one addition.
This one you're saying. You pick whatever you feel like, man.
But you said that it should be the beginning of the year, 01.
When I'm acquiring the asset, whenever there is an acquisition, I'm saying please calculate in the format of whenever I purchase in the month of April, do that way. If you want to use that same thing.
Yeah, but I'm talking about the second tab, additional.
Start of the year,
Yeah.
adding an asset. When I'm adding an asset, use this at the start of the year, I'm saying.
Okay.
Adding, in that asset I'm adding, right? In a already there is an asset, in that I'm adding another asset, it should calculate from the start of the year only, right? I'm already using an asset, right? Okay, now let me create this, you'll understand. So I need to create another depreciation key for this.
Right.
So new entries, I'll say SLM1. So this is depreciation calculation on a pro rata basis. So as it is, so let me select this and again I'll show you this. Depreciation to the day, new entries, ordinary depreciation, start of the depreciation, 12. Now my period control changes, right? This one,
Right.
VP1,
One. Yeah.
SLM, SL1, what did we create? This one, no? Multi-level method SLM, right? We'll use SLM, sorry. Straight line method. I'll save it. Back. I'll remove this in activation. I need to activate this. I'll save it. For that SLM, I'll remove the factorial. No, I did not maintain for this. With the cutoff value. Hello.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Now I've created another depreciation key, SLM1. Okay. So let me purchase an asset, AS01. So asset depreciation calculation on pro rata. I need to change this depreciation key, SLM1, right? I'll save it. Okay, now I'm purchasing this asset. So when would you like to purchase? Okay, let's say 15.5 or 15.4.
15.5.
120. Ten. Save it. 2. 759542 something it has calculated, man. What is this? Correct or wrong calculation? So from where it is calculating?
From the fifth month.
Fifth month.
Yeah.
So let us calculate and see our calculation. The value of an asset is 120,000, right? Per year is how much? 1,000, right? Per month, sorry.
Per month.
Right? So we are calculating from April, right, Ravi? You want it this way, no?
Right.
Hello?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
So 1,000 divided by 365 days. Sorry, 12,000. That is for the whole year, right?
Right.
So 32.87. So we are doing it for next is 15 days, right? This is for
Yeah.
493. What it is giving, man? 558.
Starting.
Can you see SLM percentage?
No, it's correct now. For the whole per month, if you see here, this is equal to
It is 21 days and probably it's including 15, so it's 17 days. It's not 15
17
days.
days. It's not
right,
17
correct,
days.
17 or 18.
correct. This is correct. Is correct. No, 17 it is taking.
17.
15 it is counting. Correct.
Yeah, yes.
So this is per month, man. This is 31 days. See, day wise you ask, na? So depreciation to the day, right? Hello?
Yeah.
This one, depreciation key, we selected right over here. So two things I've shown you. One is your pro rata.
So when we use regular calculation, it is by month. We divide by month, but this pro rata is divided by days. That's why different amount each month.
But you don't do it in US. This way it is not followed. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
Okay, they don't do it this way. Day wise it is not calculated, month wise it is calculated. The only thing what I've shown you is a pro rata. That is where you have to concentrate. The thing is, I said the depreciation should be calculated from wherever I'm purchasing the asset. I purchase in the month of April, it should calculate from the month of April. Okay. Okay, if you start calculating for month of April, here it will give you whatever it is for 30 days complete. Since I purchased on 15th, to show you how it will calculate on the day wise.
Yeah.
Clear?
Yeah.
Okay. So what I'll do is, let me go to the depreciation key, remove this day, save it, continue. Now the same asset, I want to purchase one more asset, AS01 VBS, pro data basis only, 701 SLM1, save. Asset 11, okay? /n f-90. Purchasing an asset on the first month. So asset number 11. Oh, sorry. This is vendor. So 120, 70, 11. Save it. Now look at the values. Correct now? No day wise? Hello? Right? Okay. Now this asset, I want to sell this asset now. Okay? Asset number 11, I want to sell it. So selling the asset is F-92. So retirement of an asset with customer here, say. So let's say I want to retire the asset, same month. So asset number 11, no, sorry, customer here. Customer is receiving it, right? Debit. Hello?
Right.
So let's say I want to sell it in the same price, 120. So now what is that posting key?
75.
75. So asset number 11. So you are retiring it, right? So the transaction type changes over here. So retirement with revenue, 210. Enter. Oh, right, sorry. Correct. 50.
Customer.
No, sale. We sell the asset, na? Sale of asset, right?
Oh, yes.
Right, because that picks automatically, right? Hello. Enter. So 120. Here I am not getting a field which says asset retirement, one field. Okay. So I need to touch base with the field status group for this one. What field status group have been assigned to the sale of an asset? Okay. So how do we go do that? Anybody?
Field status variant.
Field status variant. What's the transaction code? First we need to look what is that we have given the field status group for that GL. G029. Now go to that variant. G029. Asset accounting. Asset retirement is suppressed. So that is optional. So I need to do it again. /n f-92. Customer 120, 50, sale of an asset with revenue, enter. Did we get this? See? Select this. Press enter. Which asset you want to retire? 11th, right? We said?
Yeah.
Asset number 11, right? So we are retiring on this day. Correct? Complete retirement or a partial retirement, whatever retirement. Continue. Document. Simulate. Anybody able to understand the entry? Hello?
Sale of asset.
Huh? It's a profit on sale, it is saying, right? Right or wrong?
Yes.
Huh? It's a loss, huh?
No, it's a profit.
So how it is a profit? Because we purchased the asset and we are selling the asset with the same price after the deduction of the depreciation, right? So it's a profit, right?
Right.
Ali?
Yeah, that is correct.
Correct, right? See, first try to understand this first entry. Customer is purchasing this, right? So we are selling it. This entry is clear?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right, customer to sale of an asset. Okay. Now, what should happen? Earlier we posted this sale of an asset 206,000, right? Debited, right? When we were purchasing it. When we purchased that asset, it got debited, right? 206,000. This
Yeah.
one.
Yeah.
Now it is credited, so it is nullified, right? That entry is closed.
Yeah. Okay.
So whenever we were calculating depreciation, this depreciation was posting to the provisional depreciation account on the debit side. Sorry, on the credit side of the liability, right? We accumulate, right, depreciation?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That got settled, right? So this 303,000 which got credited, now this got debited, see, settled below 1. Right, this one
Okay.
with this entry. System take case, you don't need to worry about it. This is your profit. Right?
Okay.
Clear or not clear, man? I don't know. This is same. So this is what I have sold an asset for this. Okay. Now what I'll do is, this one I have to show you, right? See, what does similar assets means? Can you see the number of similar assets? So if I say number of similar assets 5, okay, here. So it will create similar 5 assets, it will create for me rather than creating 1, 1, 1, 1 like this. Hello?
Okay.
Yeah.
Asset similar 1. Should I create? So it says you are creating 5 similar asset master records. Hello?
Yeah.
Yes.
So if you say maintain, 1 by 1 it will come. If you say create, at one go all the 5 assets will be created for you.
You create.
So 12 to 16. Hello?
Okay.
Clear? Hello? That is the similar. This is a reference. If you want to copy this, you know, right? In Twit template, like a Twit template.
Yes.
Okay. So now I want to run the depreciation run. Okay. This is your month end activity, depreciation run. Very important thing. AFAB. Okay. And the program name for this is RAPOST 2000. Program name. If you want to run that, you can run in SE38 transaction code. So what is the entry it will generate? Can somebody tell me when you run the depreciation? Anyone?
It accumulates all the assets for that month.
No, what is the entry I'm saying? Entry for the depreciation. When we run the depreciation, it should update, right? What did I say? If you go to any particular over here, let's say I want to go to AS01. I'll go to the first, slash and AS02. I'll go and I want to see the first asset which I created. See here, I'll go to the asset values. What is the value? See here, 1,000, right?
Right.
So when I post for the first month, it should post to my GL because we said
Right.
book depreciation should post, right? This one should post to the GL. So this will turn into green color. So when I am posting this, it should generate some entry, right? Ali,
Right.
Yes.
what is the entry?
Expense.
Asset.
Depreciation is an expense, debit, right? Debit all
Yeah.
expenses. So credit what? Credit to your
Right.
provisional depreciation, or people call as an accumulated depreciation, whatever it is. Right? Hello? My first session where you will accumulate the depreciation over a period of time, right? So that it will help you in the replacement of an asset.
Okay.
Right? So this is the entry it should generate. Okay, so let me go to that. This is a period end activity. Depreciation run AFAB. Okay. So before I get into this depreciation run, okay, you need to understand these four settings, these four check boxes over here, these dots, radio buttons over here. Planned posting run. It means in order: January, February, March, April. Clear? First one not clear?
Yeah.
Planned posting run. Ravi, there's a definite interview questions on this. Planned posting run in order: January, February, March. Huh?
Yep.
In order like this: 01, 02. I'm running 03. Order. Okay. Now repeat posting run. Suppose I've already run the depreciation for 01, right? Already done, right? But I am into second period now. I want to run the depreciation for the first period. You can do the repeat run for this one, 01. You cannot do planned. Not clear?
Why you want to repeat that?
You want to repeat that because there are certain assets that you have missed out while you are running the depreciation run.
Okay.
Okay, or maybe you have given a wrong percentage over there. You want to change the percentage of that and then you want to rerun because here there is no reversal. Okay, Ali,
Okay.
Yeah.
I
Ravi.
didn't understand.
See, you ran depreciation for January. Okay,
Right.
now you move to February.
Right.
Now suddenly you felt that you missed out certain assets when you were doing depreciation run for the first month. Then you will give like this 01 and then you will say repeat.
So it will repeat from for the total assets.
No, for that particular asset, whichever you want. It can repeat for all the assets. But if you want to give for that particular, then you maintain here.
Okay. You have to define the
Specific
asset.
to that asset.
Okay.
Clear, Ravi?
Yeah.
Okay. Now further restriction on this repeat run is, suppose you are in third month. Okay. You cannot go and say I want to do it on the first month. It is only in the preceding month you can do.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, you are on the third month and suddenly you felt I want to do the first month, not possible. Only on the second month it is possible.
Okay.
This is very important. In the repeat run, they'll question you on this. Only repeat can be used for the preceding months. Okay, and this repeat run can be used only after execution of the depreciation, after already the depreciation has been done.
Okay, Khadir, if we are on a 12 month,
Okay.
And we have to go one like last month is 01.
No, you cannot.
Last
That's what I'm. No, you cannot. You can go till 11 if you want to do it. Preceding month, immediate preceding month, you can do. That's it.
Yeah. A repeat means like if like 12 months we are on a like end of the year and we want to run like 01, then we can.
Not possible. That's what I'm telling you.
Okay.
You cannot go. You are going almost like 12 months behind you are going. No, it is. That's what I'm telling you. Immediate preceding month you can do.
Okay.
Okay. Okay.
You can
Restart. Huh?
You can restart.
No. Restart is something where you were running for this first month. Suddenly there was some technical error or some system shutdown or something happened. For that, where depreciation has not been calculated because of some reason, you can use restart.
Okay. No, in
Okay.
case that we complete that up to 12 months and then we can start from the first month. Restart.
No. This is not this. This means not that.
Okay.
Restart is some technical error has come, some technical issue has come, you are uncomfortable on this. Like, when you were running the system shutdown or some technical error it has given. Okay, some error has given. Then you can go for restart.
Okay.
Okay. Next. Unplanned posting run is you are posting across wherever you like. 6th period you are going, 7th period you are going. Suddenly after you leaving some between some periods and going into the 9th period, something like this. Unplanned.
Okay.
Clear? Oleg, any questions?
No, I'm good.
Anyone? Ravi? Planned order wise. Repeat previous, immediate previous. Restart whenever there is a shutdown or some technical issue. Unplanned, wherever you do it, you can do this.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. So I'll run for the first period. Execute. This is a test run. See here. Test run. I'll say yes. So up till 1000 assets you can do. See, it is not calculated. No depreciation. So let us look at the error over here. See here. What it says?
Number line 05.
What's the document type?
If.
Yeah.
For depreciation calculation. So I hope you know this. At least the transaction code of this.
OBS.
So go to AF. Zero 05 999. What is the next available number? 11,000. Back. See, I'm running it again now. This list assets, these are all if you want to see the output of this. First I'll execute without this, you see here now. Yes. So what it has given total, right? Individual asset it has not given, right? Hello?
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Back. Now list assets, see execute. All the assets, whichever we have posted.
Yeah.
Difference. Individual depreciation. Total depreciation to be posted. Amount to be posted this month 9,700.
Okay.
Okay. If you want to see what is the document that will generate, click on this. It will give you the journal entry. Right? Depreciation to accumulated depreciation. Right?
Yeah.
Right. Back. Because this is the period control is changing for one particular asset. So that is where it is changing. Okay. 1 second. Hello? I put it on mute and I was talking now.
Yeah,
Hello?
that's what I'm thinking.
Nobody is answering also on that.
Now I'm
You
hearing.
can, yeah, you cannot execute in the front end. You need to execute only in the background. Ali,
Okay.
Ravi,
Yeah.
okay. Now let's say if I want to execute again, you see what it says. Okay, now I want to execute again. Anyway, this was showing that it can execute only in the background, not in the foreground, this way. So you have to go here. Now see, I'm giving the same first period. If I'm trying to execute in the background, okay, let us see first the error. See here, test run, I want to execute. See here what it says. Error message. What it says?
Period 0 is already posted. Okay.
Right, we posted na just now.
Yes.
Ravi.
Yes.
So let us verify this in the master data. Asset values for this first particular asset, posted values. See posted.
Mm-hmm.
Green, na see? Right?
Yeah.
Hello?
Yes.
Yeah.
Now if you want to see further, like you can call up this document, call up this asset report, and you can verify whatever you want to. You want to verify its acquisition value, you want to verify the asset balances, or you just want to verify the depreciation. All this you can verify here. Okay, all the values it will give you, whatever the asset you want to see. So ending book value is this much for that first year. If you reduce 12,000 on this asset. Okay. Hello.
Yeah.
So like this, if you go for the next month, you post for the next month, third month, fourth month, like this, you keep on going this way. Okay, this is your month end activity, and also in the period end, we'll use the same thing. Okay, for the 12th month also. So before you run for the 12th month, there are certain prerequisites. So tomorrow I'll take the legacy upload, old assets, how to upload in the SAP, and also the period end activity for this.
Okay.
Okay. What I expect is please send across to the mail to your respective vendors for the 50% course completion. Hello, Oleg.
Okay, will do.
Amruta, Ravi, Swapna
Okay.
is not there. Sri.
Yeah.
Okay. Ali.
Yeah. Okay.
Hello, Kareem.
Yeah. Umar.
Can you repeat what do you say about the 50%?
I said course completion 50% minimum on that. Send across that mail.
Okay.
This course, man, what this content which I've kept across. This one.
Yes.
So this course you verify at your end. Okay. This one. I'm into this asset accounting, right?
Yes.
So this part. So for this you send across for the 50% of the completion of the course. Some one or two small topic I'll take it. Okay.
Okay.
So make sure you mark CC for me on whenever you're sending across.
Yeah. Okay.
Clear everyone?
Yes.
So you want to
We just have to mention them or
No, just mention them. Course completion 50%. That's it.
okay.
okay. We have to see it to you.
Yeah, CC to me on that. Okay, actually they wanted to know till what percentage I have completed. So keeping in loop, just send it across. Okay.
Okay.
Don't worry, each and every bit of this content will be covered.
Okay.
Okay, please verify at your own ends. If you feel any topic that you have missed out, please update me so that I'll take it. Okay.
Okay.
The one about the like customer posting something.
Where in this?
You missed out. Now it's in the vendor master, customer master.
Here? Where?
I don't remember. Right.
Okay, you just keep that, na? Check in your content and let me know tomorrow. Amrita.
Okay, Khalid.
Okay, look into your content. Let me know on that. Okay, I think I missed. Tomorrow we'll just verify in the asset accounting because I've covered more. Retirement is done, acquisition is done, scrapping is not done. So let me take one scrapping of an asset. Okay. All right. See you.
Okay.
Okay, Khalid, see you.
Don't forget, make sure you send it across. Everyone. All right.
Okay.
Okay, bye, Khalid.
Sure. Thank you.
Bye everyone.